So Quebec's new language law has dozens of municipalities here shoring up their bilingual status. This is something that came up, one of those provisions in Bill 96 that I think took a little drilling down to actually find, right? You assume that if you already had bilingual status, it would remain. Turns out that's not necessarily the case. Municipalities obviously quickly found out. Scott Pearce is the mayor of GORE, Quebec. On the line right now, Mr. Pearce, thanks so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Can you explain how this works for various municipalities, depending on what level of English there is there, what level of bilingualism you need to have to make this actually not work?
Yeah, well, originally what happened, the way the law was written back in the day, you had to have 50% English people to have your status. Over the years, we've lost a lot of our English-speaking residents, so most municipalities don't hit that 50% threshold. So what the government did, rather than be hardline and take it away from us, they offered us the chance to pass a resolution to retain our bilingual status, even if we only had 10% or 20% of Anglophone speakers. So I think it was an olive branch that was sent out to municipalities, and we're jumping on it.
Now, I should point out, you still had to take the initiative here. This wasn't about, well, don't worry, we'll let it go. You had to actually have a vote on this and pass something that would allow them to then recognize you, right?
That's right, but I mean, I'll give you an example. In my community, the debate lasted about a minute and a half.
Okay.
And, municipalities speak by resolution. That's how we do our work. Everything's written down and noted, and we passed the resolution unanimously. Most of the mayors of the bilingual communities that I speak to, just before Christmas, I spoke to many of them across the province, and I think almost all of them overwhelmingly were going to pass the resolution. So it's not really a big concern. There may be some other issues when it comes to Bill 96, but on the municipal level, not really a big concern. And I actually, in the last few days, I've had several mayors email me and ask me for our resolution, so I just sent it to them, and they were passing it as soon as they can.
Oh, that's great. So make it even easier for other people to do like you have. I'm curious, Mayor Pearce, about the township of GORE. So about 1,700 people, right? Is it like, do French and English people mingle and interact well there?
Oh, yeah. Well, our population's exploded since COVID, too. I think we're up 20% in the last 2 years alone, and then we have the cottagers. So in summertime, we're probably around 5,000 residents.
Okay.
But English and French get along wonderfully well. We have community groups, volunteer groups. The French people love speaking English to me, and I always speak back to them in French, and we just practice, and
that's great.
It becomes a bit of a game, and people really do get along well. We have a tight-knit community. And our community of GORE was founded by Irish settlers in the 1840s. So people know the history, and the English language is a part of that history. So there's never been any real controversy. I'd say most municipalities such as mine in the regions of Quebec, it's not really a controversial issue, language. I think that's more of we see it in Montreal or the West Island quite a bit, but if you're looking out by Gaspé or the Côte-Nord or in the Laurentians, there's really not a lot of animosity, English-French, or not a lot of debate, really.
Can I ask two questions? Number one, pardon my ignorance, where exactly is GORE?
GORE is about 15 kilometers south of Morin Heights.
Okay.
Or 15 kilometers north of Lachute.
Okay.
Basically, I can get down to your studio in an hour.
Okay. So not far convenient at all, which is great. And second of all, when you pass a resolution in council, this is not as if you're putting a vote to the people, to citizens in your community, right? This is just done at an administrative level.
Yeah, it's the council votes like we do on many things. We do it publicly, and that night I think we had 40 or so residents at our council meeting, and majority French. They applauded the initiative.
That nice.
I put it on my Facebook page, an interview I did with the Canadian Press, and all the French people were saying bravo, merci, we get along well, let's keep it that way. It's like I said, it's really never been an issue in my region of Argenteuil, which is part of the Laurentians. We have, in our regional county of municipalities, we have 9 municipalities, and 5 have their bilingual status, and to my knowledge, all 5 have passed or will pass the resolution.
So no resentment or kind of begrudging that you have been put into this position to try to hold on to your bilingual status? Because I will say, well, I don't feel like there is a lot of, I think the CAQ has created this debate. I don't think it really existed even in Montreal prior to this. There's definitely resentment about being put in a position to have to proactively do something. Are you feeling that in your community?
No, because I think people misunderstand, because we were illegal. right? The original law said we have to have 50% or more. We did not have that anymore, so we were acting illegally by providing bilingual materials. What the CAC government did is allow us to pass a resolution to retain our bilingualism. So to me, I think it's more of an olive branch rather than them trying to start trouble with the English community.
Yeah, have you had any pushback at all from some? I mean, it's Quebec. You imagine this would happen from some saying, I don't like this idea. I don't want this to have to happen?
So far, no. I assume I will get a couple here and there. I have to be transparent with you and let you know my wife happens to be a sitting member of the CAC as well.
Oh.
So I had one English person actually send me a very nasty email that that for some reason I was pro-bilingualism. But on the French side, I have yet to have any criticism or negative comments directed towards me.
That's interesting. Okay.
It's kind of fascinating.
Now,
apparently, the fact that I married a woman who's a CAC member makes me a very bad man.
I guess so, yeah.
And I think that's unfortunate. I don't agree with everything the CAC does. I don't agree with anything all governments do. But, but at the same time, I married my wife because she's a wonderful lady, not because she's a member of the CAC. So I found that odd coming from a fellow Anglophone to attack me on that. But, you're going to get criticism no matter what you do when you're involved in municipal affairs or any type of politics, right? So you just have to have a thick skin.
Yeah, I'm glad your wife now knows you didn't marry her for political convenience or just
no,
because
she was actually a biologist when I married her, and then she decided to run for office.
Okay.
Well, I have to tell you, I really do love your perspective of taking this as an olive branch, and I think that that'll serve you very well in your community, and I think it's something we could kind of try to give maybe the CAQ a bit more of the benefit of the doubt for here, although easier said than done.
No, but like I say, I think as individuals, we never fully agree with any government of any level, whether you're a liberal, conservative, or a CACist. But on this one, I can't criticize the government. I've criticized on other things. I'm very worried about the mines. Mr. Legault wants to have more electric cars and batteries, but they don't dig mines in Montreal. They dig it in communities like mine, and we have that problem of social acceptability and the danger that it poses to our water table. So there are things where I'm very unhappy with the government. But on this one, I really can't criticize, and that's regardless of what my wife has to say. She won't make me sleep on the sofa if I complain about the government.
Well, that's good to know.
Not yet,
I think your residents like you enough. You could always find a place to sleep. I don't think that's an issue.
Hopefully.
Listen, I want to ask one last thing on a personal basis. I've never been to GORE. If I was going to go for a weekend, where would I want to go? Any place special in GORE that I want to go kind of see?
The whole place is special. We have a beautiful nature park with a beautiful lake, 20 kilometers of cycling, walking, cross-country ski trails. You can rent paddle boards and fish. There's no houses. It's a natural lake. You can sometimes see moose, the odd bear, and it's only an hour from Montreal. And you have the beautiful city of Lachute, 15 minutes south, with lots of great restaurants and little pubs, and one of the best microbrasseries you'll find in Quebec.
Nice selling job, Mayor.
And how do you feel about city folk moving to the area?
In all honesty, most of them really get it.
Okay.
They come here for the environment, the lakes, the streams, the nature. There are some that we have to, contact and say, please put down your chainsaw until you come to the city hall to get a permit. But generally speaking, we have a lot of them that are really adapting well and really becoming volunteers in the community. And I've become friends with quite a few and really nice people that were just looking for a different way of life.
As I said, nice sell job. It's like I need to take a drive out there now. Mayor, thank you so much.
Call me when you come.
I will. Will do. Scott Pearce, the mayor of GORE, on maintaining bilingual status, and as he said, so many other municipalities reaching out to do the same things. There's some good news as far as Bill 96 goes. Mayor, thank you so much. Great talking to you.
It was great talking to you, folks.